Hello friends, this lecture is also available in the Urdu language. If you want to watch in the Urdu and Hindi language, you can take the link in the description of this video. Today our topic is Mitsubishi Servo drive and Mitsubishi Servo motor. So in this lecture I will give two things. One is theoretical and second is practical. First I will tell you theoretical of the servo drive and servo motor, and after theoretical lecture then I will do practical and will show the practical work of the servo drive and servo motor. So first is, you can see this is a picture of the servo motor hardware. You can see this is one is a DC motor, and this is a gearbox, and this is a potentiometer, and this is a control circuit. Okay, a DC motor has a high speed but low torque, but due to the gearbox, torque will be high and speed will be low, like 60 rpm. You can see in this picture. This is a potentiometer, and if you use DC servo motor it will be potentiometer. If you use AC servo drive motor, then it will be encoder. Okay, only one difference in servo drive motor of AC and DC. In AC will be encoder, and in DC it will be potentiometer. And this is a control circuit. This control circuit will control the servo speed and position. Okay, you can see this is a two motor. This is the AC drive AC motor, and this is a DC servo motor. And in this AC servo motor, this is an encoder for feedback, and in this case this is a potentiometer in DC servo motor. Okay, you can see this is a servo motor closed system, a target position by PLC, by a motion controller. It will give some specific angle, and according to this angle controller will be generate some pulses, and motor will be moved according to the command, and gearbox will run the motor, and the motion and the position will be monitored by sensor. This is the encoder in case of the AC servo motor, and potentiometer in the DC servo motor, and it will give the feedback to the controller. When error will be 0, then controller will stop the motor. If error is positive and negative, according to controller will be move the motor. Okay, when say encoder or potentiometer give the value and error will be 0, then motor will be stopped by controller. In our practical we will use Mitsubishi motor, and you can see this is the output to 100 watt, and it has a 3000 rpm. Okay, and this is the Mitsubishi PLC. We will use Mitsubishi FX1S30MT. This is a PLC, and we will use PLC to control the position of the servo motor by PLC. And this is a 30MT. MT means this is a transistor. If you want to control servo motor in position mode, you must have to use transistor type PLC. If you use relay, it will not work because transistor have fast switching. So it's very compulsory and it's very important thing. You have to use transistor type PLC to control the servo motor and servo drive. Okay, and this is the Mitsubishi MR-J2S-20A ampere. This is a 20A, sorry, not ampere, 20A. This is a model number. And in this practical I will use AC servo of Mitsubishi model number MR-J2S-20A. Okay, okay, now let's come on the J2 Super Series is Mitsubishi Servo Drive manual. In this manual I will tell you about the hardware wiring of the drive and its parameters and its speed control mode and position control mode. So in this lecture we cover only two modes, position mode and speed mode. So let's start the lecture. You can see this for first we will move 26 page. Okay, this is a number nameplate. You can see this is a model number MR-J2S-20A. In our case, this is a MR-J2S-20A. Okay, and power 600 watt. The capacity of the servo drive is the input and is the applicable power supply. You can give 3-phase and 1-phase. In case of the 3-phase, it will take 3.2 ampere. In case of 1-phase, it takes 5.5 ampere. Output will be 170 volt and 3.6 is the our rated output current. And this is a serial number. By serial number, you can judge is the manufacture date and country of the manufacturer. And this is a model number. Is a MR-J2S series, and there are also other series like J3, J4. So is a very important thing about this one. And if before A, if value is 10, mean to say it's a 0.1 kilowatt drive. If is a value 20, it's a 0.2 kilowatt, and 40 is a 0.4 kilowatt. But in our case, this is a 20A, mean to say our drive is a 0.2 kilowatt. You can see the you can see is a 200 watt. Okay, A is a very simple. A is general purpose interface, and if the value of power supply, you can see the 3-phase, 1-phase, and this is a no generative resistor. So by model you can judge the our drive capacity. Okay, let's move over the 38th page. You can see this is a hardware connection of electrical for drive, and you can see this is a input, 3-phase of input. This is a breaker, and this is a simple magnetic contactor. This is a safety circuit, and you have to give 3-phase at this point. You can see my mouse. This is a 3-phase input. You can also give 1-phase according to your drive. Okay, and this is a 2 connection for control terminal block. You have to give control terminal block L21, L11. Okay, this is a through phase. So this is a 1-phase connection for the control circuit. This is a power connection, and this is a control circuit connection. Okay, and you can see this is a CN1A. This is a for a control. If you want to connect PLC or motion controller, then you have to connect the both things by this block. This is a connector, and this is a CN1B. This is a terminal block. If you want to use emergency stop, you want to use servo on, you want to control the speed, you have to control this pins. This is a block. This block number CN1B. Okay, and this one is fast encoder. You can see here this is the encoder cable is connect on CN2, and CN3 is for communication between servo drive and your laptop. If you want to set the parameter by software, so you have to use this pin. Okay, this block. UVW is the output of the servo drive and input of the motor. This is the, you can see the connection between. Okay, this is the simple electrical hardware wiring of the servo drive. And let's move the page number 49. Okay, this is a position control mode. First I will tell you speed control mode, then I will tell position control mode. This is a speed control mode, and you can see this is a connector CN1B. This is a emergency switch. You have to connect SG is a common point to emergency 15. According to this emergency condition, your servo can be emergency position. And this is a servo on signal, and this is a reset. If your drive has some error, you can reset by giving a signal on 14 point. It's a reset point. Okay, and this is a SP2. This is a speed selection, and you can see this is a speed selection 1. If you give the value, give the signal to SP1, then your motor will move according to speed selection 1 in parameter. And if you select this point 7, then your motor will move according to selection 2 speed in your parameter. You can set the speed 1, speed 2 in your parameters. And this is a forward rotation start. Okay, if you give the signal as ST1, your motor will move forward. If you give the signal to the reverse, your motor will move reverse. Okay, if you want to control the speed by potentiometer like 0 to 10 volt, so you can use this point 11 to 1 and 12, and ST is for grounding. CN3 connection for communication cable between computer and your drive. You can see you have to connect VDD. This is the 24 supply of the servo drive as a comma. If you connect to each other, then this drive will be used automatic 24 volt of the servo drive. And this is the output point 18, 19, 16. Alarm. If your servo drive gives the alarm, then this LED will be on. If your speed is 0, then this LED will on. If your torque is achieved maximum, then this LED will be on. And this is the ready LED, and this is a speed reach. When your motor move on selected speed, then this LED will be on. Okay, you can use this output point for LED indication. You also can use in PLC usage. Okay, this is the encoder phase Z, A and B. You can also read the encoder position, encoder values by this output. Okay, you can connect these point to your PLC for reading the encoder values. Okay, now move this position control mode. You can see this is a position control mode. If you want to use the position model, you can use AD75 and can connect with the servo amplifier. You can also say this is a servo drive. Okay, and if you want to connect the servo drive by PLC, then you have to use PP and NP. Okay, PP you will be connect the Y0 with PP and Y1 at NP. Okay, and SG and SG. So this SG, you can use a SG point. It's common. I will tell you more. Is the other FX10 GM. This is also position control module of the Mitsubishi, and we can also share the motion controller. Okay, you can see the connection between servo drive and position controller. If you want to use PLC, you can use a PP and NP point and OPC. Okay, 4 point PP, NP, SG and OPC. Okay, and other things are same. These are emergency pin. This is a servo on. If you give the servo on the if you give the signal to servo on, then your servo motor will be ready to move. This is a reset point. Okay, this is a proportion controller. This is a torque limit selection. This is a forward rotation stroke. This is a reverse rotation stroke. All the pin you can see here. And this is the same for PC and servo drive communication. This is the output. This is the output for alarm. This is the output for zero speed. This is the output of limiting torque. And this is the encoder points. You can use this point for reading the encoder values by PLC or other controller. Now last one is a parameter. Okay, go to down. You can see is a parameter 0, and by selection, if you give the 0, then you will be select a position mode. If you select 1, it will be go to position and speed mode, and speed is the 2 number. If you give the 3 number, it will be speed and torque mode. If you give the 4, it will be torque mode. If you give the 5, it will be torque and position mode. And next is the important 21. This is the this for specific position control mode. If you give the negative logic or positive logic according to your PLC programming and wiring, then you will select 0 or 1. Okay, this is a 0 and 1 and 2. This is for sine pulses. If you give the forward rotation pulse, then you have to select 0. If you give the sine pulse train, then you have to set 1. If you give one to A and B pulse train, you have to give the value 2. Mostly we use 0. Okay, or 1 or 0. Anyone you can use according to your PLC programming. Okay, now I will open my software GX2. Before I start the practical, I will tell you some programming tips. I go to new. Sorry, it's the open point. We will use new. This is a FX CPU and PLC is a FX1S. So first I will tell you about the speed. There are two modes, speed mode and position mode. For PLC control the speed mode, you have to use the command is DPLSV. Okay, next for your RPM, so you can see there is a motor has a 3000 RPM. So it has a 3000 RPM, and when I divide by 60, so it will give the value by 60 because RPM has 1 minute has 60 seconds, and I will divide the by 60 is a 50. Okay, so I will give the value K50 Y0. Y0 is for pulses and Y1 is the for direction. Okay, this is a DPLSV for speed. According to this command, you can use the servo drive on speed mode. Okay, and if you want to give the other command for position mode, you have to use the TPLSY, Y for pulses for position mode. And next one, K50 is a 50 frequency, and is next is for pulses, and this motor has a 13107 pulses per revolution. So I will give the value 131.0. Please let me check the correct value. 72. If I give these pulses, our motor will be moved 360 angle, and Y0 for direction. Okay, and one other command, M1. If I set the Y1, it may move anti-clockwise direction. Set it, we use the direction, and M2 and RST Y1. This is the direction control. A Y1 and Y1, if you set the direction, it will move clockwise, anti-clockwise according to the selection of the Y0 and Y0 set and reset. Okay, and this is pulses for position control, and this one is the frequency. Okay, you can, according to your motor parameter, you can set the frequency, and you can have to give this pulses for rotation of 360 angle. Okay, now let's come on the practical. Now we will do the practical work. In practical work, I will tell you about jog mode, speed mode, and position mode. 3 mode we will do on practical. Okay.
Hello friend, today I will tell you about the Mitsubishi PLC wiring FX1S30MT and servo drive wiring and servo motor wiring, and I also tell you about the PLC programming for servo motor. Okay, let's come on the wiring of the Mitsubishi. You can see this is the over L, and this is the over 220 power, and you can see this is the AC 85 to 264. This is the range of the power supply. You can give the 85, and you also give the maximum to 64. So I have applied to 20 volts, and you can see this is a power supply, and these are all over inputs, and this is all over outputs. Okay, and this is a PLC port, and you can see when I use this is a common, you can see this is a common. So when I attach the common to over X0, you can see light is on. For X2, X5, 4, 6, 7, these are all of inputs. Okay, and this is our output. And when this is my program, you can see this is a DPLSY program, and I have used Y0 and Y1 as a pulse for our Mitsubishi servo drive. Okay, this is our program. When I use this one, you can see our Y0 is on. After some time it is off. Okay, again check it, off. Okay, this is over. and you can see the output wiring, and I have used, this is a 24 volt of the Mitsubishi PLC, and this is a common of a 24 volt, and this all Y01, Y0, Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5, and all the Y15 is the last one, and this is a wiring of the this is our Mitsubishi PLC. Okay, and I tell you about the how we'll run is jog mode. Okay, go to test 1 and push the set button for 2 seconds. Okay, you can see is the motor is moving forward and reverse. Okay, this is our jog mode testing. There is a light is blinking, it means this is the testing mode. Okay, okay, now this is a PLC, sorry, this is the encoder wire of the motor. Okay, this is coming from encoder, sorry, from motor, and going to this port number CN2. Okay, this is our power supply of this servo drive, and this is the output wire of the servo drive and input of the servo motor. Okay.